Rita, I want to show you the pictures that Bill Lyons brought on the tour. Over here it shows their house during the big flood, right in the middle, surrounded by water. And this photo album is just filled with pictures about the ranch, the family, and the program that they have going on with River Partners and the Refuge, doing restoration projects, and their historical flood photos of when they have experienced floods in the past. Highway 132.
Politicians wade into flood relief. That's a good one.
Yep, Mapes Ranch, home of Bill Lyons Jr.
Wow.
Rising floodwaters from San Joaquin River still threaten the community of Grayson. You can see here the floodwaters just up to the house.
Wow.
California crews bolster levees. Drinking water faces peril.
National report. The world. That 97 flood was a really big deal. Could have been a tragedy in many ways.
Here they are out in the floodwaters, I think on a boat, going around their ranch. The view from the front door of their house.
But running is about space.
Yeah, it was quite a few.
It was good to have a boat then.
I found out the trick. I couldn't originally eat it like my first one.
Old Life magazine.
Wow.
And the trick is and because I don't take it home, it works me like that. But that did allow me.
Flood fight pertains to the prime directive of a flood. Once the flood arrives and you've built your levees and the engineers have done their things, there is the prime directive. And what, Mr. Spock, you may ask, is the prime directive in a flood? HTDL, hold the damn levees. If you hold the levees and you're very good at it, you make the rest of the problems. Or if you fail and you're very good at containing it and minimizing the impact, you make everything much more easy. You make it easier to do the evacuation, or maybe even unnecessary. You make it easier to do the rescue. You make it easier to accomplish those other things. And
You all are familiar with the 1997 flood, and that gave rise to the expansion of this refuge south of Highway 132. I should have mentioned that previously the whole focus of this refuge was north of Highway 132 and mainly above the high water floodplain, protecting irrigated pastures, providing some croplands for the geese as wintering habitat. After the 97 flood, this area was once a dairy owned by the Vieiras. About 1,000 cows were grazed out on the farmlands, as well as 3 other farms in this area were significantly inundated. There was over 3 breaches in 3 levee districts. We're standing right next to Levee District 2099. The farmers basically came to the Fish and Wildlife Service offering to sell their lands after that flood. And so after the refuge acquired the lands, it was done kind of in concert with the mind that we would want to restore the riparian habitat and the floodplain function. And the idea was that it would benefit our wildlife resources, but also perhaps take off some peak flood downstream. Possibly.
We are now at Paradise Cut.
So back in 2006, when we had a place this form, we couldn't even see that dam. So it's, it doesn't look like much, but that is, the infamous Paradise Cut Dam. And if you look at this map, which is
Okay, this is the 300 feet long levee that the River Islands people have built so that they could build their houses on this big elevated island, basically. And this is what they're trying to get permitted so that they can build this project. It's very controversial.
Upper Jones, Lower Jones is north of us. This filled first. The hole in the railroad right-of-way remained from the 1980 failure. We heard that. We come out here with a landside berm. We actually did one of these under Dr. Les Carter's direction from the Department of Water Resources down at Twitchell Island. Corps of Engineers came in and they thought they had a failure with some subsidence on the water side. They came and attacked very...
I think there's a petroleum gas line that crosses it. We made a decision to go ahead and...
Levee is set back with a landside berm, collective with raising the levee, and then ultimately the ability to heighten the levee, provided we ever had the issue with sea level rise.